amazing feedback that everyone gave us. And here's what we're going to talk about that once again today, moving on from where we left last week. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another of the current affairs and community segment, and where we bring to you latest news of things that are happening within the community that really affects our community, and it is for community information. And with that, last week when we did an update on how the people could get to India, what were the travel arrangements, and we were fortunate to have Tanvi from Oz India travel with us and discuss, and that segment went very well. And because of all your feedback and because of the request for a follow-up segment, here we are today. So once again, Tanvi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Umesh. Hello, everyone. This is Tanvi from Oz India Travel. Once again with you with travel updates. So hope you all are safe and sound. Thank you for listening to us. First of all, Australian Indian Radio. And thank you, Umesh. Please note these advices are as per the current updates we received. So for all up-to-date information, please call us or check government websites because rules may change anytime.
And of course, they can change anytime. And you know what? Yeah. After last time, we received so many calls from people asking whether you think commercial flights to India and Australia will begin soon. So what's the update on that?
Okay, so amazing. Doesn't look like actually commercial flights going to start at least for the remaining year. So I would say we so far looks like maybe in January or February they may start. But there is really no news at this stage. So I would say just keep following us on Facebook page and we will do more follow-ups, but nothing at this stage, Umesh.
Okay, so beginning with, starting off, if people need to travel from Brisbane, what are the current options?
Okay, so current options, Umesh. So if you want to go easiest, guys, so the best option is 5th of November. That's a direct charter from Brisbane. It's still there are a few seats left. You are lucky. So that's the easiest option from Brisbane. 5th November, flight departs 3 p.m., reaching Delhi in night 12:45 a.m. And we can connect it to all the cities in India. So Chennai, Ahmedabad, Amritsar, Mumbai, any state or any destination, you name it. And the fare starts $1,435. So that's the option number one. The easiest you can get, you still have option. Number two, if you can't fly till 5th of November, you can fly with Emirates. But remember, Emirates are going with very long hauls. So it's like 22 hours, very long. You would need hotel for that, which we can arrange for you as well. So that's not a problem, but it's a very long journey. And the fare of that one starts from $1,095 per person. And option three, if you don't want to go on a longer journey, this big journey, the third option is we can connect you from Sydney or Melbourne. And for that, fare starts from $1,295 per person. Amazing.
So that is wonderful. The flights aren't that expensive when you're looking at, the current time and everything. And we've also had so many calls, from Sydney. And people are calling from Sydney and they're very curious to find out what their options are, from Sydney.
So, Umesh, the latest date we can give from Sydney is 29th of October. There is a flight with tomorrow as well, but that's sold out. So, earliest you can book is 29th of October. And then we have 11th November. There is a 17th November option to Bangalore. So, majority of flights, Umesh, we have till Delhi, but there is only one option with one of our partners to Bangalore on 15th of November. And the fare of that one also starts from $1,295.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, we know right now many people in Melbourne or Victoria are stuck as well. So how about them? What are the options for Melbourne?
I would say, Umesh, though it's really going crazy, the COVID going crazy in Melbourne, but Melbourne people got the maximum option if you look at, Australia-wide. So pretty much every week from Melbourne, we have a couple of 2-3 options. So, and because of Diwali, there are some new launches also happened, which I'm really very happy to say that we got calls from so many people from Punjab that they want to have a straight flight to Amritsar. So there are 2 straight flight to Amritsar on 2nd November and 9th of November. Before that, we have a flight to Delhi as well. So on 30th October and 1st of November. And also there is a direct flight to Bangalore as well. The very first time, I would say, from Melbourne to Bangalore, people can have a straight flight on 8th of December. And fare from Melbourne is even cheaper. You won't believe it. It's $1,195 per person.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, of course, the other thing that people are very confused about, and many people have called us, is like, okay, we have to get so many things done, which we talked about in last episode. And thank you very much for explaining those processes. Now, one process that people are still probably not very clear on is, okay, when do they need to get their COVID test done?
Okay, so COVID test, even I totally agree with you, Umesh. We even receive a lot of calls and people are very confused and very stressed. So first of all, I would say, guys, you don't have to stress about anything at all. These days, things are getting better day by day. So previously, no one could fly without COVID test, but these days, even charter companies are mostly, if in case someone miss or go on emergency, they have option in Delhi as well where you can do it. And if you still need to know, you definitely should do it before you go, but it's not a stressful thing because it's just a part of process. Now, I'll go through with you once again the same thing which I told in last episode as well. So first of all, you can go to any of the centers. So it can be a hospital, any of the clinics, whoever is doing the COVID test, you can go there, any center around you. That's not a problem. I would recommend you to call them before you go because some of the centers may have a different procedure. They might charge as well. So we just so far had only 1% passengers said they were charged like $135, but majority of our passengers said they were not charged. So it's good to check what is their procedure. So once you reach there to get the test, make sure you tell them that your flight is within 96 hours. So they put in their record and they don't take much time to give you a result. Now, once you get the result, just check whether they are giving you by SMS on your phone or in a letter, because you definitely need a letter these days. So when you fly to India, you may have to make sure that you have a COVID test letter with you in case your application is not submitted or anything. So if they send you a letter, that result by SMS, what you have to do is just go to any of your nearest GP and show them your test on the phone, and they should be able to write a letter for you. Now, there is a very important thing for you to know that in that letter, there are 4 mandatory things to be there on that letter. First is the traveler name as per passport. Second is the date of birth as per passport. Third is when and what time the test was done. And fourth is very, very important is the COVID test is negative. So make sure when you get the letter, it should have all 4 things. Now, still if you are confused, you can go on our page, Oz India Travel. And I have created a specific video explaining all that step by step. So you can go on our page and you can again watch that video and it will give you information. Amazing.
And here's that site on the screen right now. You can have a look, and that's where you need to go. Well, Tanvi, one of the other questions that we have always get, and people are still very curious about, is okay. So what's going to happen to all the people who are in India, and if they need to come to Australia? So what's the situation from India to Australia?
I would say it's exciting right now, Meshti. Last time we were not sure what's happening, but I'm really very excited to tell you that government finally launched some repatriation flight from India. They're going to start very soon. It's basically Qantas flights. And government is planning to bring 1,315 Australians stuck overseas. And India is one of them.
Oh, so that is wonderful news there as well. What are the flight routes?
Okay, so at this stage, Umesh, there is only one route they are proposing. So that's New Delhi to Darwin. But after serving 14 days of quarantine, people can go to their state as well. So it doesn't matter which state you are from, you can come to Darwin, and then after serving your hotel quarantine, people can go to their state.
Okay, so what's that going to cost them? Out-of-pocket expenses, what would be the cost?
It won't be less, I would say, considering they have to pay for quarantine too. But the fare of that one, Umesh, starts from $1,500 per person.
Okay, so you just mentioned quarantine. So what would the quarantine cost be like?
So quarantine, as per the information we received so far, Umesh, it's around $4,500 per person. Or if there is a family of four, it may cost them around $5,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. And did they mention any travel dates? What can people start planning for some dates that might be available?
Yeah. So there are 4 dates they have released so far. So first is 26th October. Second is 9th of November. Third is 23rd of November. And fourth is 27th of November. So let me repeat again. So 26th October, 9th November, 23rd November, and 27th November.
Okay, so, please note those dates. Those are here on your screen right now. And now, how can people go about the booking procedure? What would the booking procedure be?
So basically, Umesh, the DFAT, so the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade, will contact Australians in vulnerable positions who have registered from the department in the United Kingdom, South Africa, and India. So basically, they are selecting themselves and they will contact you to book it.
Okay. Is there any other requirements besides all that?
So Qantas says all passengers will be COVID tested at least 48 hours prior to departure and must test negative in order to board the flight. So that is mandatory. They must wear mask all the time throughout the flight and will be tested again on arrival in India before they enter 14 days quarantine.
Okay, well, that is wonderful news, that they can come back. And of course, the quarantine will be the period that they will really need to be mindful of, that if they're planning anything, they'll need to allow that much time as well. So you can't plan that, all right, I'll come here and I'll go to this, what, and that. You'll have to allow for that quarantine period as well. I think sometimes people miss that point one. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show once again and providing that very, very useful information to our community, especially, people. Of course, we know that at this point in time, only people who really need to travel will be traveling, and they are the people who really need the information. I don't think everyone's got the information, and sort of many people are very confused. So, you're providing this information as a community service is wonderful and it's very commendable. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Umesh, and thank you everyone for listening to us on Australian Indian Radio. If you have any question, you can message on this link or call Australian Indian Radio, or you can call us as well on 040-440-3264. You can email me as well at tanvi@ausindiatravel.com.au or post on our Facebook page. And yeah, so we're always happy to answer any of your questions. So happy Diwali in advance as well. So yeah, I know many of you are already excited. Isn't it, Umesh ji? Just stay safe, stay happy, and let us know if you need any help. Thank you very much.
And that is wonderful. And I must add before Tanvi goes that, Tanvi is also available to help anyone who might not have booked through her agency. But if you need, advice, please do call her. She is such a good person. She will provide you with that advice as well. So once again, wonderful to have you on the show, and thank you so much for sharing this valuable information with our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
And that was that interview with Tanvi Goyal from Oz India Travel. And of course, we know at this point in time, as I mentioned before, that the only people who would be traveling are ones who really, really need to go. And if you do need to have those kind of